Leg weakness after the age of 60 is most commonly driven by a progressive loss of skeletal muscle mass and strength, a medical condition known as sarcopenia. This process does not begin suddenly, nor is it caused by disease alone. It develops quietly over years and then accelerates rapidly in later life, particularly after the sixth decade. Many older adults mistakenly believe that their weakening legs are simply a natural and unavoidable part of aging. From a medical perspective, this belief is inaccurate and potentially harmful because it delays action during a stage when intervention is most effective. Skeletal muscle plays a critical role in mobility, balance, posture, and metabolic health. The muscles of the lower body, especially the quadriceps, hamstrings, gluteal muscles, and calves, are responsible for standing up, climbing stairs, maintaining balance, and preventing falls. These muscles are large, power-generating structures that require regular activation to remain healthy. After the age of 60, muscle protein synthesis slows down, while muscle breakdown increases. Without sufficient stimulation, the body gradually replaces muscle tissue with fat and connective tissue, reducing both strength and responsiveness. Clinically, studies show that adults over 60 can lose approximately 1 to 2% of muscle mass each year and up to 3% of muscle strength annually. This loss is not evenly distributed throughout the body. The legs are affected earlier and more severely than the arms. This explains why many seniors first notice difficulty rising from a chair, walking long distances, or maintaining balance, even if their upper body strength appears relatively preserved. One of the most important medical insights is that sarcopenia is driven more by inactivity than by age itself. Muscle tissue is biologically expensive for the body to maintain. If it is not regularly used, the nervous system reduces signals to those muscles, and the body begins to dismantle them. In younger adults, daily life naturally provides enough stimulus to preserve muscle mass. In older adults, lifestyle changes such as retirement, reduced walking, prolonged sitting, and fear of falling significantly reduce daily muscle activation, especially in the legs. Another key factor is the decline in fast-twitch muscle fibers. These fibers are essential for quick reactions, balance corrections, and preventing falls. As people age, these fibers shrink and become less responsive if they are not stimulated. This is why seniors often present not just as reduced strength, but also as slower movement, delayed reactions, and instability. A senior may technically be able to walk, yet still feel unsteady or fearful because the muscles are no longer responding efficiently. From a clinical standpoint, sarcopenia is closely associated with increased fall risk, fractures, loss of independence, and higher mortality rates. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related hospitalizations in older adults. In many cases, the fall itself is not caused by environmental hazards, but by insufficient leg strength to recover balance after a minor misstep. Weak legs fail to generate the rapid corrective force needed to stabilize the body. Importantly, sarcopenia often develops without pain. This makes it especially dangerous because pain is usually the signal that motivates people to seek care. Many seniors report that their legs feel weak, heavy, or unreliable rather than painful. As a result, they may dismiss these symptoms as normal aging, when in fact they are early warning signs of declining neuromuscular health. Walking alone, while beneficial for cardiovascular health, is often insufficient to prevent sarcopenia. Walking is a low-load, repetitive activity that does not adequately challenge muscle fibers, particularly the fast-twitch fibers that are most vulnerable to age-related loss. This is why many seniors who walk daily still experience progressive leg weakness. From a medical rehabilitation perspective, muscles require targeted activation against resistance or controlled load to maintain strength and size. Nutrition also plays a contributory role. Aging muscles become less sensitive to dietary protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance. This means that older adults require higher quality protein intake and proper timing to stimulate muscle repair and growth. However, even optimal nutrition cannot preserve muscle mass in the absence of physical activation. Muscle tissue responds primarily to mechanical and neural stimulation, not nutrition alone. Hormonal changes further accelerate muscle loss. Declines in growth hormone, testosterone, estrogen, and insulin-like growth factor reduce the body's ability to maintain muscle tissue. While these hormonal shifts are a natural part of aging, their impact is significantly amplified by inactivity. This reinforces the medical principle that lifestyle factors largely determine the severity of sarcopenia, not chronological age. The encouraging medical reality is that sarcopenia is at least partially reversible, even in advanced age. Research consistently shows that older adults can regain muscle strength, improve balance, and enhance functional mobility when appropriate interventions are introduced. The key is early recognition and consistent, safe muscle activation focused on the lower body. From a doctor's perspective, leg weakness after 60 should be viewed as a modifiable condition rather than an inevitable decline. The presence of weakness indicates reduced muscle activation, not irreversible damage. When seniors understand this distinction, they are more likely to engage in preventative and restorative strategies rather than limiting their activity out of fear. In clinical practice, the most successful outcomes are seen in seniors who adopt simple, regular routines that stimulate leg muscles daily. These interventions do not need to be intense or exhausting. What matters most is frequency, proper muscle engagement, and progressive challenge within safe limits. When leg muscles receive consistent signals to activate, the nervous system adapts, muscle fibers respond, and functional strength improves. In summary, the primary driver of accelerating leg weakness after 60 is age-related muscle loss compounded by reduced daily muscle activation. This process is silent, progressive, and often misunderstood, but it is not unavoidable. With proper awareness and targeted action, seniors can preserve leg strength, improve stability, and maintain independence well into later life. Leg weakness in older adults is very often misunderstood as a simple loss of muscle strength. In reality, from a medical and neurological perspective, it is frequently a problem of poor communication between the nervous system and the muscles. This neuromuscular decline plays a major role in why many seniors feel unstable, slow, or unresponsive in their legs, even when significant muscle tissue is still present. Every voluntary movement begins in the brain. Signals travel through the spinal cord and peripheral nerves to reach muscle fibers, instructing them to contract. In younger individuals, this communication is fast, precise, and efficient. With advancing age, especially after 60, this signaling pathway becomes less efficient. Nerve conduction velocity slows, motor units are lost, and remaining nerve fibers must work harder to activate muscles. As a result, muscle contractions become weaker, slower, and less coordinated. Clinically, this explains a common observation. Many seniors complain that their legs feel weak or unreliable, yet medical imaging may show no severe joint damage or muscle disease. The problem lies not in the structure, but in the control system. When the brain cannot effectively recruit muscle fibers, strength and balance decline, even if the muscle itself is not fully wasted. One of the earliest neuromuscular changes with aging is the loss of motor neurons that control fast-twitch muscle fibers. These fibers are essential for quick reactions, balance corrections, and preventing falls. As people age, these fibers shrink and become less responsive if they are not stimulated. This is why seniors often present not just as reduced strength, but also as slower movement, delayed reactions, and instability. A senior may technically be able to walk, yet still feel unsteady or fearful because the muscles are no longer responding efficiently. From a clinical standpoint, the critical factor is reduced proprioception, which is the body's ability to sense joint position and movement. Sensory receptors in muscles, tendons, and joints provide continuous feedback to the brain about body position. With age, this sensory feedback becomes less accurate. The brain receives delayed or incomplete information, making balance and coordination more difficult. This neurosensory decline contributes to the feeling of unsteadiness that many seniors describe, even when they are standing still. Importantly, neuromuscular decline is often silent and painless. Unlike arthritis or injury, it does not usually produce discomfort. This lack of pain causes many older adults to underestimate the seriousness of the problem. They may reduce activity further to stay safe, unintentionally worsening nerve-muscle disconnection.